really hope that this will work this time around, but I'm not sure. It crashed twice now. So, yeah, I think it's there right now. So, to everyone that's joining us, welcome to round 18 of the OSRL F1 Tier 1 in Mexico. I'm not sure whether it will work this time, but I think it should work this time around, but I'm not sure. Look Gaming, yeah, Jonas takes pole for now. 114.8. The guys with the best laps, to be honest. Oh, there's a Haas spinning around. It was Shadow who lost it. Next guy to finish his lap should be Drips, who's in fourth right now. Slowest driver so far on the mediums. I think impressive to see that Jonas is in P1 right now. That big of a gap. Didn't expect to see that, to be honest. Who will be the next driver to finish this lap? It should be... The next driver to finish this lap should be Prince, who is on a lap right now. Puts in a 1:16.0. The race winner in Japan. First time OSRL winner driving for the OSRL team. Currently in P4. You see OSRL Philippe coming onto his lap right now. I think he puts himself onto P2 and coming to his lap. Next guy. So our lap should be... I'm sure Frances will set his lap now. Comes home in... I think he validated the last lap. Yeah, it looks like it still works with everything. Arta's currently really having a good lap so far. There's a yellow flag somewhere. It was Kazai who... Yeah, it's Suma. Kazai coming right behind that on the track. Next guy to finish this lap. Would look like it would have been an invalid lap, but it isn't. Franchise still going strong right now. Trying to get a good place in. And he comes into the pits and trying to set a lap. Next guy to set a lap should be Kazai, who 120, the best lap. Suma comes in the pits too, so we see a lot of guys not doing their best laps right now. 7 in P2, 1:15.0. I have 4 OSRL drivers right now in the top 4. Then we've got Prince in P6. Lewis has currently on his outlap. Kühn in P14, Shadow in P15, so and Suma in P16. We've got 4 OSRL drivers at the top and 4 Team OSRL drivers without a lap so far. But Lewis will change that in a minute. He comes on his lap now, just like Jonas, who will try to fight for a good place today after not finishing in Japan last week. Definitely not the best way for Jonas. He takes the slipstream of Kühn into turn 1. Trying to get the maximum out of his lap. We have one guy coming home now, Wheel of Gaming, who was really looking strong so far in qualifying. 15.7. We'll be looking at... I think with Wheel of Gaming we're maybe looking at an also Team OSRL driver in the future. I think he's got chances to race for us at some point. We don't know yet, but maybe a strong result would help that. So he's coming into the last sector now. Running very wide. But I think he's up there. Ooh. Yeah, okay. I think that's just the game's track limit system. Allows you to do that. Lewis comes home in P2. It's not enough for Jonas, who is currently on his lap. He's faster. 1:14.4. Jonas looking really impressive so far in qualifying. Really getting the best out of his lap. Wheel of Game currently improving a bit. As I said, we're maybe looking at another Team OSRL driver here. And maybe let's see where he can get with this time. I think that is Cryptox Wheel of Gaming coming into pits. There was a yellow flag, I think, but that was because of someone letting the other guys get past. So I have Alex in P8, slowest of the soft runners. A lot of guys without a lap currently on their laps. Suma coming onto his lap. Kuhn is the next guy to set a lap, I think. He should be the next guy. We have who's coming to the pits. Yeah, Kuhn will be the next guy to set a lap. He hasn't set one yet, but he could be up there next to Luis and Jonas for P1. Down into the last sector. Through the stadium. Definitely always a great atmosphere here in Mexico. At the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. As Kuhn comes over the line, he puts himself into P2 1:14.797. So 3/10 behind Jonas, but so far Jonas looks to be the guy to beat in qualifying. Definitely be interesting to see whether he can do something. Prince currently improving a bit. I think from what I've heard, it's definitely not his favorite track off the calendar. But he tries to improve, definitely tries to improve. As I have Suma, the next guy to come over the line. He will put an A1. 16.4, definitely not a good lap. He's currently the slowest of the soft drivers. Franchise really going on again. Yeah, I think you need to be very, very careful with the track limits on this track, as you can easily get an invalid lap here. Shadow also, Team OSRL driver, not having set a lap yet. So we have 4 guys with a lap yet. Franchise, Cryptox and Calvin all in the pits. We have Shadow now coming onto his lap. We have both of the alphas on their out laps. We have Prince, who just set his lap, putting him in P6. Coming to pits this lap. And Shadow will start his lap now. We'll be watching him for the entire lap, I think. Oh no, Drips is on a run right now. He's in P4. Oh yeah, he's in P3. I didn't even notice that. He puts himself in front of Luis. That's definitely a good lap of the Williams driver. But now I'm really interested in seeing what Shadow can do. And Facteo has left the session. I'm not sure whether this is just a disconnect or what it is, but Clever looking strong so far, coming through the first sector. A lot of guys are definitely trying to drive without traction control today. But from what I've heard, there will be rain in the race. So I think a lot of guys won't be trying to use it in the race, but Shadow abbreviates his lap. And he will get another shot at a lap right now. Jonas also going with his lap in a few seconds. Next guy to get on it. And Shadow, as if Luis, the next guy to come over the line, I think. Simon who? And yeah, I think Simon invalidated or something. We have Philippe, the next guy to come behind him. Philippe and Luis and two next guys to set a lap. Just like Frances, who is on his outlap again. Philippe nearly losing the back end of the car, but he stays on the track. No years left, but where will he be? P7 for him. Right behind Simon and in front of Prince. Well, I think Luis did not improve, I think. Luis did not improve. In P4 right now. I don't know if he will have another shot at a lap. Righteous and Shadow. Guys, on their fast laps right now, everyone else. Except for Alex. Not on lap right now. I think Alex is the second guy to set a lap, but I think Shadow got an invalid lap again. As you know. Yeah, it showed for me that it was no areas left. He puts himself into P5, so we've got a lot of OSRL drivers at the top so far. Everyone except for Suma in the top 10. Shadow retires from the session. He won't have another shot at a lap. But I don't think he would have made it to the pits in time. Alex, no ERS left. Where will it put him? P12. Not improving. I think next guy to set a lap. Don't know who the next guy will be, to be honest. Luis coming into the pits. I think we have some guys. Francis will start his lap now. Oh no, yeah, I think the game is really bugging today because he set his lap. Wasn't shown. Yeah, Alex invalidated his lap. And Jonas now coming. Of course, no, he's coming into the pits. He's got some time between him and Queen, but I don't know if he'll have enough time to go out again. You see Trains coming out of the pits now, out of the pit, Wayne to get his last run. There is Calvin retiring. He will start at the back. I don't know why. Suma also retired. He will start from P14. Definitely not the best thing for him to do, I think. Both Mercedes starting outside of the top 10. I think Suma crashed out. At least it looks like it. One of the Wheel of Gaming coming towards that point. Wheel of Gaming should be the next guy to set his lap. 2/10 up on his time. He could possibly get Martin. That will put him into a good position for now. Maybe he can improve and get up to the likes of Philippe and Prince. Put him into P7 or P8. A lot of guys on their outlaps right now. And Wheel of Gaming improves up to P9. As I said, he gets Martin, who drops down to P10. Jonas retired from the session. I don't know whether it was him coming out of the pits. Yeah, Jonas retired in the pits. He won't have another shot, but Kuhn, Gibbs and Luis are all on their outlaps. We have... I think Alex won't... Yeah, Alex. No, it was Jonas who came out of the pits, but he retired. Because he didn't have enough time. So next guy to set a lap and come onto his lap should be Kuhn. He's now coming home. Onto his last lap. Luis also on his lap now. Last guy to start a lap should be Uda. Will be very, very close. For Philippe, 20 seconds. He still needs to get through the last sector. Ten seconds left for him. Frances retires from the session. It will be close. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Philippe won't make it over the line for the end of the qualifying, I think. Yeah. Philippe hasn't made it. Philippe was so close, but he did not make it to the line. Martin now on his lap. He can improve. Can he get Wheel of Gaming back for P9? He's coming over the line. It will be P9. He gets Wheel of Gaming back in the last second. Next guy to come over the line it is Cryptox, who is in P13 and the best qualifying for the Williams driver. Green on an invalid lap, he won't get pole. Drip's currently improving. And Luis also on an invalid lap, so it looks like Jonas will take pole position in the Mexican Grand Prix of the OSRL F1 Tier 1 Season 2. As Drips is coming home, he will be the last guy to maybe get him. Stiver retires from the session in P6. Drips running wide, touching the wall. That won't be enough for him. Or is it? Yeah, he puts himself into P2, but it will be Jonas in pole position. Yeah, because I was faster. Was way faster, but he decides not to do his lap. He will start from the back again. And that is Jonas in pole position for the Ferrari team. I think he will be happy with that. He will definitely be very, very happy. So we have Jonas in P1, Drips in P2, Kühn in P4, Luis in P4, Kühn in P3, Luis in P4, Shadow in P5, Stiver in P6, Prince in P7, Philippe in P8, Martin in P9. So we have every single Team OSRL driver in the top 10 except for Suma, who start from P15. Definitely not the best qualifying of him. Of course, we've got Jonas, Kühn, Luis, Shadow, Simon, Prince, Philippe, and Martin in the top 10. Great showing of the drivers. As we're going to the race now, I think we're going to have a very great race here. You can have a lot of overtaking opportunities here. Of course, we've got turn 1 where you can go down the inside, and we've got turn 4, also a great overtaking opportunity. Some guys could even use something like turn 4, turn 5, the combination of it, just going back, but we see rain at the start of the race. This will definitely be very interesting. I didn't know that the rain would come at the start. I thought it would come some point in the race. Very, very hard for the drivers. I hope that they will all survive on this track. But I think this makes it even more interesting now. Of course, we've got the S's that will definitely make it very, very interesting and very hard to drive for them, for the drivers to even make it. Everyone starting on the intermediates. Of course, no one taking the woods. I think after what we've seen in the past, I think there could have been some drivers that maybe would have taken the wets. I don't know, but everyone's taking the intermediates. Of course, we've got a long straight coming down into turn 1. It will definitely be. Oh, Facteo leaves the session again. He was not in it. He left at the beginning of the qualifying, and now he did not make it back into the race. So that's definitely very interesting to see that he didn't make it. I don't know whether whose fault that is, to be honest. Whether it's his or his connection's fault, but I mean, he was able to get back in, but he isn't in a race. But we've got Jonas, who will look to get some good points for Ferrari. They definitely want to get back up in the Constructors' Championship. They're 28 points behind Toro Rosso, 5 points in front of Williams, currently in P8. Last year Ferrari were the Constructors' Champions, winning in front of Racing Point, but this year they've had a lot of trouble, a lot of drivers not driving in many races, and Jonas not having his best season. Jonas got put into the grill with Drips. I think they touched. They must have touched, because otherwise they wouldn't be standing on the grid, but it was close to the end, and everyone's coming down to the grid positions. Very interesting to see who will be taking the win today, who will win the start. Also very interesting to see in the rain who will have the best start in the rain. That will also be one of the things to see. We've got a long straight coming down to turn 1. You need to get the braking point right. As we see the lights coming on for the Mexican Grand Prix of the OSRL F1 Tier 1. And it's lights out and away we go. And Alex is having a bad start. He's nearly standing on the grid as Drips takes P1 right off the start. As Jonas is not having the best start. With Luis losing a lot of places. Coming down into turn 1. Who will stay in front? They're nearly touching. When I think everyone has survived so far. Luis losing a lot of places. When they're close to touching. Calvin and everyone at the back fighting very hard, touching each other. With Kazai in P13 right now, not having the best start so far. With Jonas getting past Drips here. He will stay in front of him as Philippe has spun around. Philippe has spun around with Franchise. Oh, I don't know who was involved there. But I think it was only Philippe or someone. Yeah, it must have been Philippe, but I don't know if it was his fault or someone else that touched him. Now coming through the S's for the first time in this race. Kazai already up to P11. But I think starting at the back definitely didn't help him so far with the rain. This is definitely a good challenge for him to maybe get back up into good position for the end of the race. Up to P10 already. Ooh, and there's Alex going into the wall. He lost the car a bit, but he did not get damaged. Thankfully for him. And Green is really pulling away from Drips. With Jonas made a slight mistake there. He lost the car, I think. As Luis is closing up on Prince. Right at his back. Now going down the inside of Prince into turn 1. Will he make the move stick? He will not make it, I think. Kazai getting past his own teammate, but Luis made it stick. He got him around the outside into turn 2. But Prince will be right on his tail. He will be trying to get him back. Will go down the inside into turn 4. Will he make it? He locks up. He goes wide into the corner. But it looks like he got the position. Luis will try to go around the outside. And he has got Prince back. And they're still fighting. But Luis got him. Luis with a great move around the outside. Into turn 6. Making it stick. Ooh, and there's Martin spinning around and he touched the wheel of gaming a bit. Ooh, and there's Kazai took Martin. Martin has left the session. I don't know why. One Franchise has also spun around in the S's. Yeah, that's definitely not the best thing to happen for them. That's another fastest lap, and Jonas really struggling to get on the power. Simon is closing up on him, but Queen is really dominating so far in this race. But I gotta say, this really looked weird from my perspective, because I think I just went into him, but I don't know if he was ghosting for them or not. I think it's more of a cold master thing, because I nearly touching Wheel of Gaming. I think he will get him on the straight, because I'm really having everything right now. Philippe getting the first penalty of the race, a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And Kazai around the outside into turn 4, he makes the move stick, he runs wide. Wheel of Gaming is still there, he will get him back. Yeah, he got him back. Of the Mercedes guys are still fighting as Diamond overtakes Jonas. There's a yellow flag, I think it was Jonas. Who definitely must have made a mistake, because he's losing time to Luis. Jonas is really struggling to keep the car on the track without traction control in the rain. Or at least I think he is racing without traction control. I don't know if he switched back. As you can see, fighting with Wheel of Gaming, going down the inside of the Alfa Romeo driver. He makes the move stick up into P7. Wheel of Gaming is still there. No, he will stay behind him for now. I think Luis will get Jonas now. I see a lot of early shifting right now of the drivers as Green 3 seconds in front of Drips. He's really dominant So far, Stuyven 3.5 seconds behind Drips, as Jonas is already losing time to Stuyven. Already 1 second behind him. As Luis will try to get Jonas this lap. Jonas is really having trouble keeping the car on the track. But Luis is not close enough to attack him. Ooh, Jonas is really struggling to keep the car on the track. He makes the mistake and Luis gets past him. Not traction control, you definitely need to be careful in the rain. As Jonas finally having a good exit out of one corner, but he does not attack Luis now into turn. Look at it, should be turn 12. Yeah, it is turn 12. But now he will have the chance probably, as Philippe is fighting with Alex now going down the inside into turn 13. They touch. Philippe is not getting past the Ferrari driver. When he touches him, back touches him twice. Now touches the wall. And now into turn 1 he will get him. Because it's closing in on Prince. He'll stay behind him for now. As Zai got past him. They're still fighting very hard. Yeah, Prince lets him go. As Philippe wasn't able to get past Alex. They're not in the points positions, but it would be very crucial for Philippe to get past the Ferrari driver right here. To not lose too much time. You see Kazai really taking the field. Storming through the field in a very fast way. He is closing in on Jonas, who's already 1 second behind Luis. And Philippe is really the closest driver on the field. Tries to go down the inside again in turn 13, and this time he makes it stick. Alex now goes into the back of him, he touches him a bit. No OSRL contact or damage done to any of the guys. It's now flying past Philippe. As we can see, Stuyven Luis will be getting Stuyven in a few laps, I think. As Philippe gets his first penalty of the race, and he touches him and he spins around. As Martin coming from behind, nearly touching him. As Kazai gets his first penalty. Philippe drops down to P16, last place in this race. Luis is really getting faster and faster right now. Short shifting very well. Good for the S's. And one thing, Jonas is coming closer and closer again. Maybe he could even get back up past one of these guys. But Kuhn really dominated 128.1. Kuhn really liking the race so far. He's 11 seconds ahead of P3. He is 14 seconds ahead of Kazai, who will definitely be one of his biggest rivals in this race. If he keeps this pace up, really closing in on everyone as Luis gets down the inside of Stuyven into P3. Due to these guys fighting, Kazai is really getting closer and closer, but a Kuhn win and Kazai, I think if Kazai doesn't get on the podium today, which he's very close to doing, to be honest right now, the championship would be very, very open again. Because I would finish in 10th. Because Queen would win, would get back 15 points. Plus maybe the fastest lap, depending on how the conditions will be at the end of the race. But I think Queen would close in on Kazai again. As of right now, he would have 273 points, with Kazai having 301 points, with 3 races to us. Jonas really makes the move on Stuyven, but he stays behind him. But Queen would really get himself back up into it again, and Shadow has spun around. Jonas gets his first 3-second penalty of the race, and Shadow hasn't got damage, I think. Oh, he has got damage. He lost his full right end plate, and he will have to pit. As Kazai will now get down the ends, will now get past Jonas, but on the straight, the Ferrari is really, really quick. They're side to side, going down into turn 1, but Kazai will go down the inside. He will make the move. Stick as Stuyven nearly makes a mistake. With Kazai going onto the grass, Jonas got past him again. Kazai nearly lost it, and now Jonas is getting close to Stuyven again. Really great battling as Shadow comes into pits. He goes onto the mediums. Ooh, this is definitely not the right move. The track is very, very wet. It's still very, very wet. As Jonas nearly spins it, he keeps it on the track. Right at the tail of Stuyven. But Prince gets his penalty here. But I don't know. I don't think Shadow made the right decision. Even though it looks like you can try. Ooh, no, he ran. Yeah, it definitely wasn't the right decision. It looks like it's not. Like the conditions are getting better, but you see it. There's still a lot of. The track is still very, very wet. I don't think this is definitely the right time for the medium so yet. Yeah, he's really, really slow. He's losing a lot of time to the guys in front. 21 seconds behind, 22 now. So definitely not the right decision. That was made by the Haas driver now. Kazai getting past Jonas, so nearly lost the car. Jonas really struggling to get onto the throttle coming out of the last corner. First corner, Kazai really braking late, but he's really closing up on Stuyven due to him braking late. Kazai and Jonas both got penalties. Like I think Stuyven got no penalty yet. But Kazai now trying to take P4 from Stuyven. Will he go down the inside? Around the outside into turn 4. Will he make it stick? He's left room. He's right there. Now he's got the inside nearly touching him. No, he won't make it stick. There would have been great choice for overtake of the week. Last week it was also Brain 1. We're definitely having a great last week. 1 win, 1 overtake of the week win. But these 3 guys definitely won't stop battling here. Kazai, Stuyven and Jonas. For P4 as Stuyven makes a slight mistake. Kazai trying to go around the outside in turn 12. But he stays behind him for the time being. The one that's really, really closing up is Prince. 3.6 seconds and they nearly touch. Really going slowly down through turn 13 through the stadium. As Jonas is not really able to go into the throttle. Coming out of the last corner, losing a lot of time, 1 second. He lost about 8/10 in that last corner. Kazai now trying to go around the outside of Stuyven into turn 1. They're side by side, wheel to wheel. Kazai makes the move. Sticky runs wide. Really having the best exit. Turn 4 as Stuyven can now attack him. Kuhn got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That is his first of the race. Stuyven will now try to attack Kazai around the outside. He does not go for a move. Runs wide as Stuyven. He really wants that place back. Goes down the inside. Kazai's leaving him that space. As they're still fighting in front of the S as Calvin gets the penalty. And Stuyven got the place back. Jonas is really closing up again after that mistake that he had. As Kazai gets his second penalty. Yeah, Mexico's definitely one of the tracks where you can get a lot of penalties. I think last season we've had that as Kazai's ghosting for Jonas. But last season we've had that with Sergio. He got a lot of penalties and lost some places because of that, I think. I myself got a lot of penalties in that race. Because you can just so easily get one in a lot of corners. You can get one in turn 2 or 3. You can get one in turn 14. You can get one in the S's, of course, where it's really common to get warnings or penalties there. It's because I now going down the inside, and now this time he finally really gets past him. Oh, he now runs off the track and he's going through the grass. He made that mistake, and Jonas is also getting past him now. Losing 2 places in one corner because he missed the braking point for turn 2. As Cryptox going onto the hards, he is the second guy to pit for dry tires. And the one that's really getting closer, the ones that are really getting closer are Prince, Wheel of Game, Suma, and Suma, and they're 2 seconds behind these guys in the front that are battling. So it will be very interesting to see what happens with them. Jonas also gets the second penalty now. So we've got Kazai and Jonas both with 2 penalties now, Kuhn with 1. And all of the other guys at the top without a penalty right now, I think. Love Gaming in P8 right now. He's touching with Prince a bit. I think if Wheel of Gaming would be very needed for Wheel of Gaming to get a good result today. Because he's been very consistent on this track. He's been doing great so far. Kazai attacking Jonas again. Into turn 1, the Ferrari is fast, but the Mercedes is faster, going down the inside into turn 1. He gets the Ferrari driver, the Ferrari car of Jonas. He does not make a mistake, and he's right behind Stuyven. Really close to keeping it on the track, but he gets a very good exit, even though he had some problems keeping it on the track. But it looks like Kazai has really found his rhythm again. With the guys on the dry tires are really slowing, really slow right now. 20 and 40 seconds behind the guys in front. Crypto's lost a lot of time on these tires. They're close to getting lapped. I think Shadow already got lapped. Yeah, Shadow already got lapped. And we have Kuhn coming into the pits. Takes the island with him. He's the first guy to pit. Drips continues. Luis continues. Kazai gets past Stuyven. Yellow flag in sector 1, and it's Cryptox who's having trouble. On the hard side, I think Kuhn made a mistake. Kuhn definitely made a mistake. Ooh, Jonas. Really having trouble. Kazai also takes the... Ooh, Shadow gets the 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And we have Kuhn coming out in P3. Kazai dropping down a lot. But I think the intermediates are getting worse right now. We have Shadow on softs, Kazai on mediums, Kuhn on mediums, and Cryptox on hards. Maybe Kazai and Kuhn will both lose some time now, because the track doesn't look dry enough for dry tires. I think they made a mistake. Jonas also made a mistake, no, but not with the tire choice, but just with racing, with losing the back of the car there. I think Kuhn will not lose too much as Shadow leaves the session, but he's so far behind. I think that's just a rage quit by him. Yep. Yeah, Kuhn lost 2 seconds in 1 lap as Kazai is losing some time. Kazai lost places, I think. He's behind Alex, Franchise, and Martin. I don't know if he came out behind them. When Drips is coming into the pits, just like Luis, I don't know if the mediums are really that good right now to drive on him already. Now we have to see whether Simon made a right choice as Stuyven is coming into the pits. Very late choice. but Jonas, the only... Ooh, Stuyven got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Jonas is the only guy staying out. Ooh, Prince also staying out. But on the straight, it looks... Ooh, there is a yellow flag in the pits. I think. I'm not sure why. God, ooh, Kuhn lost the place to Jonas. The intermediates are faster right now. It's out, but still faster. Jonas is really going faster right now on them. And Lewis overshoots. And I think the mediums are not the right tires so far. In some corners, of course, Kuhn now overtaking Jonas, who needs to pit in this lap, I think. There's no, yeah, now, in this moment, I think the intermediates are done for good. His Prince is really closing in on Jonas and Kuhn. Yeah, now the track is dry again. There's still a bit of spray coming out behind the tires, but I think now this is the lap to pit for mediums. This is really the right time. Last lap supported, they lost some time, I think. Yeah, everyone's coming to pits now. Now we'll DRS is enabled again. I'm very curious to see where Jonas and Prince will drop. If it was the right decision, Jonas will come out. Everyone's going at the softs of them. Queen Drips and Lewis try to go to the end, I think. Jonas will come out next. No, Stuyven gets past both of them. And Kazai will be the next guy to cut. Ooh, Jonas really got him. Got a lot of time, and Prince also got him. Lewis gets a 3-second time penalty. He's really close to Drips. Alex and Franchise really dropping down a lot. Shadows, Bob pitted for intermediates. And Franchise stays in front of Alex coming out of pits. Suma and Calvin finding there with Wheel of Gaming. And Suma on the hards, he will try to go to the end, but guys on softs definitely have a lot of grip. Even though there's still some spray coming out on track, but I don't know whether it makes a difference. Drips running wide there. And one real close battle on the track. Looking at real quick, we've got Kuhn with 1 penalty. Drips hasn't got a penalty yet. Lewis has got 1 penalty. Stuyven got a 5-second time penalty that he hasn't served, but I think he has to pit again. Jonas got 2, Prince got 1, Kazai got 2, Wheel of Gaming got no penalty yet. Calvin got 1, Suma got 1, Martin got none. So we see a lot of guys not having penalties. This makes Stuyven going for setting the fastest lap right now. As Queen gets the second 3-second penalty. As of right now, Drips needs 2 seconds because I get setting the fastest lap again on the mediums. Right now, Drips needs to be 6 seconds or lower behind Queen to win the race at the moment. But Queen has been dominant so far. He won't let him get close enough to win this race. Drips got his first penalty, so it's definitely done for him for now. Quinn does not make a mistake. Because Zai is really stuck behind Prince right now. And Prince lost some time to Jonas, who's really close to Stuyven. Prince, Kazai gets his third penalty. The championship leaders have always had trouble here, it seems. Sergio last season had trouble on this track with time penalties. I think he lost some places because of that. I'm not 100% sure right now if he had these problems, but Kazai is really having trouble. Jonas now getting close to Stuyven. He is the fastest driver on track right now with DRS. Gets past Stuyven right now. Jonas is really showing what he's got in him. Kazai is still fighting with brains to his right. He nearly touched him. So he was so close, but now we will get past him with the airs open. Back up into P6. But now of course we need to ask, who will make it to the end, who not? Yeah, I know that you left. But I think Shadowbot will win. I'm pretty sure that he will. Yeah, I don't think Kazai will win it with his time penalties, to be honest. Yeah, it looks like Kuhn will win. He's got 6 seconds of penalties, but the guys behind, all of the guys behind him, looking down to, I think Wheel of Gaming got penalties, with Wheel of Gaming excluded, because he hasn't got a penalty yet. Martin also hasn't got a penalty yet, so we've got some guys fighting for the podium right now. We've got Luis and Rips. Jonas gets his third too, so we've got Jonas and Kasai both with the penalties. And Luis nearly touching Drips. Luis is really faster right now than Drips, but it just doesn't look like he will get past him. Because Drips is really defending hard to keep their place. I think the guys that are really safe right now for going to the end are Suma, Philippe and Cryptox. I don't know how long the mediums last on this track, to be honest, so I don't know what I should say about these tires, because you know, it's just not, I'm just not able to say how long they'll last. If they'll make it to the end, or if they'll do medium soft. As the soft guys are going to do soft medium. Drips running. No, I thought he would come into the pits again, because he took the whole curve of the pit. No sense here, but Lewis with DRS closing in on Drips. He will try to make the move around the outside into turn 1. Will he make it? He just tried to go around the outside. He touched with him, but he got the move done. Philippe got a 3-second time penalty, but that is Lewis up into P2. Good for the Alfa Romeo driver. As Stuyban got a penalty and Calvin lost the place to Wheel of Gaming. So good race so far for both Alfa Romeos. Jerks is still getting to DRS at the moment, but I think he will definitely lose it in some time. Philippe gets another penalty, definitely not his best race. Having a lot of trouble staying clean. But now we've got Drips. He's in the DRS, but will he be able to get close enough? I'm not sure whether he will be doing it. As Drips tries to go down the inside, cutting the corner and nearly touching Luis, but he will stay behind him. As Wheel of Gaming pits in this lap. Very early pit stop, I think, for the Alfa Romeo driver. This is not getting out of DRS right now. He's still there. He's trying to get that place back, but I don't. Yeah, I think Lewis will be able to really fly away. But now he gets down the inside of him. He really gained a lot of pace into on the straight. I don't know how he did that. Okay. Of course he got that DRS, but he is really close. Still getting DRS from him, but I don't know. Will he be able to make it at some point? It's really important for Kuhn to get this win today. Just going back to him, because Kuhn needs to stay in the championship race. We've got 3 races left after this one. We've got the US Grand Prix as Kuhn gets another penalty, but that doesn't matter at the moment. Grips is really close to Luis, really running off the track. But Kuhn needs to win this race, as he definitely wants to stay in the championship fight. I think if he wins this race and Kazai gets P6 and that fastest lap, he will gain 16 points on him. And I think he should, at the moment, I think Kazai is at 300.5 points, with Luis getting the fastest lap. With Jonas getting the fastest lap, not Luis. He is close to Drips. He is really coming closer and closer to the guys in front. Frances gets another penalty. As Jonas can maybe attack him in the next lap or so. Suma gets another penalty. And as of right now, we'll have Kazai at 299.5 points, with Queen being at 273 points. And Drips gets past Luis here. I was talking about the standings, they nearly touched. And he runs him off the track a bit, as Jonas now goes down the inside of Luis. Luis tries to take advantage of Luis not having the best exit here. Go into the S's, he got him. Jonas got him, but Drips really tried hard there. Touched him and Luis forcing off the track a bit. I think that's definitely looking something the stewards will look at. I'm pretty sure that they will. But Philippe's still fighting down in P13, fighting against Alex. Both guys got a penalty for corner cutting. When Luis runs against the wall, Drip sets the fastest lap. And the track is getting better and better. But now Jonas with DRS, he will make the move down into turn 1. He will get the Williams driver, he got him. Jonas got him into P2. The Ferrari driver really being fast right now. Kazai getting Stuyven, getting another 2 points that will put him into 301 points. So he will have a 28.5 point gap to Kuhn at the moment. It's 1 race win and the fastest lap, and it's a 2.5 gap. So if Kazai loses some points now, I think if Kazai would drop down again after pit stops or so, if he would be involved in a crash, I think next week Kuhn could even check the championship lead again with a win, and Kazai getting next to no points. So the championship race can really be open again if Kuhn wins the race today. And I think it's really needed for him to win it. We have Trips, the only guy in the DRS right now behind Jonas. He's losing some time to them. It's out of DRS. There's now one guy getting it after this Cryptox. It's not really 1 second. Behind Alex as we have the yellow flag. There was because of Cryptox slowing down. Even with ghosting on, I think he did the right thing, not trying to get in anyone's way, not trying to irritate anyone. But now we've got Drips in DRS. Will he be able to get Jonas back for that third place? As Luis comes to the pits, he will come into the pits for the soft tires. Softer compound of tires, and that puts Kazai currently in P4. As Drips is now trying to attack Jonas. He's right at the tail of him, but he's not able to make a move. And he has lost some time going through turn 1 and turn 2. He still gets that DRS though. And will he be able to get him back? He won't. It is still P2 for Jonas. As Love Gaming is getting closer and closer to Martin. The Alfa Romeo driver now trying to get back into the points as Drips gets another 3-second penalty that will put him out of everything, out of contention for anything, and Kuhn looks like he will be the winner of this race as We Love Gaming gets down the inside of Martin. He gets that place into P10. As Jonas and Drips both go into the pits, and there is no one getting a 5-second penalty. It was really close for Drips, but Louis is fighting with Prince right now. Prince on the older softs as Jonas going on to the softs again because he was on the intermediates. And everyone's coming into the pits for the soft tires. As Kazai will probably drop down as Jonas still stays in front of Drips, but it's closer than before. Louis now comes down to the straight, Kazai in P5. Everyone's in the pits so far. And I think the guys going onto the hards definitely made that wrong choice. And Kuhn got a 31-second gap. Will he go into the pits again next lap, or will he stay on the mediums until the end of the race? We don't know. Maybe he wants to get that fastest lap if he comes into the pits. And that could help him in the championship fight as Louis really got close again after that pit stop. 3 tenths behind him there. All in 8 tenths right now. Simon gets another penalty. Because I could also get back into that fight. As we see, Kuhn is not coming into the pits. I think Kuhn will try to stay out until the end of this race, not lose any time. But you will lose some time to the guys behind. And I don't... Ooh, Kazai gets another penalty. Kazai is pushing to the absolute limits right now, but the penalties will kill everything for him. I think he will definitely stay in P5 if it goes on like that. I don't know how many penalties Suma got, but Drips gets another penalty that will put him out of that fight for P3 at the moment. Because Louis will get him. Louis will probably get Jonas too at the moment. So I'm pretty sure our podium will be Kuhn, Louis and Jonas at the moment. Suma gets another penalty, so Kazai's 5th place is fairly close to be not confirmed, but to happen. At the moment I think I should be watching these guys fight, because Drips is falling out of DRS right now. As Prince is close to Wheel of Gaming, he will get past him easily on the softer compound of tires. He got him, and we've got Cryptox in the trying to go for some laps here. But we've got the top guys still fighting for P2. As Drips is officially out of DRS of Jonas right now. The best sign for the Williams driver, who's losing time, as Kazai is close again on Louis and Drips. And Kazai could even get that place as Cryptox gets another 3-second penalty. And I think Kazai sets the fastest lap of the race. He gets that 1 extra point. Remember, every point really counts in this race at the moment, because Kuhn is leading and Kuhn can close up to the Mercedes driver. Lewis gets past Drips here, and Kazai is right at the back of them. He's really close. He will get the DRS next lap. And Drips is now trying to get back on Luis. As Luis got that DRS, he will fly away, as you can see. He is really flying away. And Luis still tries to keep himself in the top 3 of the championship standings, as Martin has been coming closer in the last time, but he is currently in P11. He won't get points today, so Luis will bigger that gap, of course, as Drips nearly touches him. He's losing a lot of time because of that. We've got losing the places to Calvin and Prince. And we've got a big fight for P3 now. No penalties. I think there could be something, because I nearly touched Drips. But before anyone can make a move here, I'm just going to look at the penalties quickly. We've got Jonas with 4 penalties already. Drips only got 1 Oh, Drips got even more penalties. Drips got 6 penalties. Kazai's also got 6 penalties. He will now get past Drips. He got past Drips in a fast way. So everyone's got a lot of penalties. I think Kazai and Suma both got 8, and Kazai and Drips both got 18 seconds of penalties. That would cost him a lot of time. They won't be able to get back into the podium place as Drips goes down the inside of Luis, nearly touching him. Really trying to get that P3 with everything that he got, but a single mistake could cost him that P4 again. And remember, Kazai and Drips both got the same amount of penalties, so that keep that in mind, that whoever finishes in front will get P4. Jonas currently with 12 seconds of penalties, definitely not not losing a place other than to Luis. I think Luis got next to no penalties. I think he got 1. Yeah, Luis got 2 penalties, so he is nearly safe. You can see Jonas got 4 penalties, another one, and he is really looking close to the other guys, but this time getting another penalty. Who's now in P6? He got Suma, but he's on the hards. Kazai now getting Drips for P4. They touching on the straight. Ooh, Kazai is now trying to get Luis. They're going 3 wide into turn 1, and Luis is staying in front. Somehow he made him. He stayed in that place. As Drips and Kazai are still fighting and touching. Kuhn got a 3-second time penalty. It doesn't really matter for him. He's staying out long on these tires. Kazai and Kuhn are still, Kazai and Drips are still fighting. As Drips gets another penalty that will put Kazai in front of him no matter what happens. That's 21 seconds of penalties. And 1 mistake, 1 spin or so, as Kazai is now trying to get past Drips. They're nearly touched. I think Drips is really also defending hard. We've seen that in Tier 1. We've seen Facteo really defending hard in Singapore. As they touch again. Drips is really defending for his life right now, but I don't think he's always defending really fair or always attacking fair. He needs to get the place back. Or I think because I wanted to get the DRS again. When Drips got that DRS, I don't know why Kazai did that. Did he have to get that position back to Drips? Or did he want that DRS but he did not get it? As Jonas is closing in on Kuhn. Of course, 23 seconds is still a big gap. Kazai nearly spins it. That would have been a really big change of things right now. As our podium looks to be set right now. Kuhn in front of Luis and Jonas would be the current podium with the amount of penalties that the people have. Jonas needs to finish 6 seconds in front of Luis to get P2. Remember, a single penalty could even change that for Jonas, because I'm nearly losing it again. Because I'm really pushing hard, and Drips goes into the wall. Nearly goes into the wall, I should say, but he lost a lot of time. He broke late. He's losing time, and he will lose that place to Simon. I said it. 1 mistake can cost you everything. Simon is nearly there, and he will get that place. Remember, Drips got 21 seconds of penalties, and that will put him. That will nearly maybe drop it out of points. I've not seen a lot things like that before, to be honest. He really broke late. I don't know why he made that mistake, to be honest. Why he broke that late. And now Kazai got free air. He can close up to Luis. Of course, because of the penalties, he won't be able to get Luis on track, but off track. Since Kazai got 18 seconds, Luis only got 6 seconds. He would need to finish 12 seconds in front of him. But Jonas is looking to keep that second place right now. 4 laps to go. He needs to gain 2 seconds on Luis to stay in P2 for now. But we've got that big fight here. Luis and Kazai, 2 of the fastest drivers so far in this season. The top 3 drivers could even be on the podium. Kazai gets another penalty. 21 seconds for him too. So Drips has lost everything for him. Drips has lost every single bit of hope. He was in front of him, then made that big mistake where he lost 15 seconds to the Mercedes driver, and Kazai is out of DRS. Fight for P2. Jonas looking to keep it. 3 laps to go. Luis, there's 2 seconds for Jonas to gain in 3 laps. And he has been the faster driver than Luis today, to be honest. French is getting a lot of penalties in the last laps. But now we've got 2 good friends, I think, fighting against each other. Where they're trying to have a good battle, I think, on track. Championship leader against the 3rd guy in the championship. Because I'm nearly making that mistake, but he is really trying everything to get some places back. But Luis, 1.5 seconds, 2 laps to go for the Ferrari driver to get P2 safely. If he does not get another penalty, of course. I think we should look at that again. Jonas got Jonas got another penalty that will... Ooh, yeah, I think that does it. 5 penalties. Now we see Kazai getting past Luis. That doesn't matter to Luis, to be honest. Since Kazai got a lot of penalties, he won't be able to make it. But now Luis will stay in the DRS, of course. Maybe gain him some time. 4.5 seconds. I don't know if Luis got another penalty in the last laps. So I'm not sure whether French has got disqualified because of multiple penalties. I don't even know. I don't even know if someone got disqualified last season. Because I think a lot of people got a lot of penalties in their race. This is the first time ever that someone got disqualified because of too many penalties, I think. Definitely not the best showing, but I think some guys are definitely trying to improve. They're trying to do the absolute maximum, trying to push themselves to the limit. And sometimes it's definitely just not working for them. We saw today we've got 2 laps to go now, and 5 seconds between those 2 guys. As Suma gets another penalty. I think if Luis got a 3rd penalty, so it's... Oh no, Luis got 3 penalties. So the 6 seconds are still going on. As we have... Kazai is gaining. I think Jonas made a mistake. Jonas must have made a mistake to lose some time there. And I think he threw it away. He definitely threw it away. 3.6 seconds between Luis and Jonas. If Luis gets another penalty, he will finish in P2. But if he does not, he will be losing P2. Kazai will probably lose both places to Jonas and Luis once he comes over the line and gets just gets the penalties added on. But it's still far away from happening. We're in the last lap now. Because I will have another last try to get past him. But Louis is 2.4 seconds behind him. Because I will now try to go down the inside of Jonas. He switched back to it. Last second, Jonas is staying in front of him on track. He gets another 3-second penalty. He runs wide. And he touched. Oh, he lost it. Both guys crashed. I think he went too early on the throttle. That took him and Kazai out, and he nearly loses it going back into the track, and that cost him a lot of time. What a finish! That will definitely put Lewis in P2. And Kuhn wins the race. Now after that happened, we've nearly lost, but Kuhn, dominating performance by the Haas driver, winning the race. Grips closing in. Stuyven also not that far behind. 12 seconds. I don't know how many penalties he's got. We've got Lewis now coming home due to it. I think he would have finished P2 anyways with the penalties that he got. Lewis coming home in P2. He will take P2. Jonas now coming home to finish in P3 for now. But that incident will be under investigation, of course. He gets a lot of penalties. Kazai comes over the line in P4 at the moment. Dips will definitely not get him due to penalties. And Stuyven now the next guy to come over the line. Will he get it? He gets both of them. Suma's very far behind. He won't get him. I don't think he's got enough time for that. No, he does not get any one of them. Ooh, Prince jumps both of them. Prince in P6, Wheel of Gaming in P8. He also jumps both of these guys. But of course we'll have the incident of Jonas and Kazai under investigation. So we could even see and at the moment, I don't know who got the fastest lap. I need to look at it. And we will have Kuhn winning the race, of course. We've got a lot of penalties. Martin, the only one staying without a penalty. And we've got the fastest lap for Kazai, 1:15.6. That makes him get 11 points. And Kuhn gaining 14 points on the Mercedes driver in the lead. And at the moment we've got Kuhn now 273 points and Kazai now having 302.5 points. So we've got 29 points between these guys, and we are it will be very close to see what will happen in the next races, to be honest, as we are going on to the US Grand Prix next week in Austin, Texas, and I'm very excited for that race because it's definitely a very exciting track. You have got a lot of overtaking opportunities. We've got turn 1, you've got after the first sector, you've got some overtaking opportunities. Then of course you've got the long straight. Then even in the last sector you can have some good overtaking opportunities there if you really want to move. And I mean, of course, we can maybe see some changes in the championship there. And I'll just be asking the drivers if they want to join me for the post-race interviews. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be inviting everyone. We're just waiting for drivers to join. Party right Mona. I think this time will definitely join us. As always after the race.
Yo.
Yeah, hello mate. Welcome to the party.
Cheers, cheers.
Congrats on P4 in the race.
Yeah, very decent. Didn't expect it. Guys, I had just bolted at the end.
Yeah.
So I was running P3 then, and then I had a weird glitch with coming into the pits. I got so lucky, just saying. You know when I went in for dry tires, yeah?
Yeah.
That's because I got a puncture. Otherwise, I would have stayed out.
What?
So I literally got a puncture when I went to the final corner and just could pit. But the thing is, I went slightly wide, so the delta didn't show up. So I couldn't see the speed I was going. So I got a 5-second penalty for it.
Yeah, oh, that sucks.
And I had to surf it, but that's absolute bollocks.
Yeah, that's definitely,
Suma brake tested me into the pit lane. Yeah, but you can't remove it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit bollocks. I couldn't.
Yeah.
It didn't show up, so.
I mean, this is now, of course, our second race in 2 seasons that we've had in Mexico. And one thing that we've seen again is that a lot of people got a lot of penalties, and with a lot of penalties, I mean a lot.
Apart
I think
from Martin.
Martin was the only guy on the track that had no penalties again.
He had no warning, even. No warning.
Even no warning yet, it's crazy. I think this is now the first time that we've ever had no in disqualification because of too many warnings in a race. So that's definitely crazy. So, of course, hello, Train. Thanks for joining us.
Where did you finish? Yeah, Drips had 21 seconds.
Yeah, just like Kazai, he also had 21.
Yeah. But yeah, I got very lucky there with the puncher. Then I the first couple of laps on the intermediates I did pretty well, but then after like 6 laps my tires really started going off, especially my rear tires, so I had no grip anymore. So Luis, Joe, all of them were really on my butt, on my rear end, so yeah, it was pretty close.
Yeah. So of course we've got you guys joining the party, and I think one thing that's really, really crazy to see today, we've got 4 OSRL team drivers on the top 4 today. And of course we've got Prince in P6 for Team OSRL, then we've got Suma in P9. Martin, the only guy... Oh no, I'm not right. Philippe, Martin and Shadow not finishing top 10 for Team OSRL. But I think it was a decent race for the esports team, to be honest. Very decent just to show their qualities. I think one guy that was really struggling in the rain was Jonas for a long time.
Yeah, he was really like losing the car everywhere. So the one moment he went very wide, I could overtake him.
I mean, you guys were really battling. I think it was you, Jonas, and
there
was another guy, but I don't know who it was.
Proper shithousery.
Yeah, that was definitely a crazy race.
Yeah,
and
so
we're moving on to Austin, Texas, to the US Grand Prix next week. And I mean, to be honest, I think it's a nice track. It's a very exciting track. But if we want to see less penalties, I don't think it's the right track for it, because
we've
got
you're gone.
Yeah, the S is just like Mexico. You can get a lot of warnings there. I don't think it's as hard as Mexico in terms of the penalties, because I mean, in Mexico you can get a penalty in literally every corner, but in Austin you can't really get it in every corner, but in 2 corners, specifically in turn 1, in sector 1 and the start of Sector 2, you can get a lot of penalties there. But what do you expect from that race?
It's not my favorite track on the calendar, to say the least. I'm not confident around that track, and yeah, so I'm just gonna try my best and then just see how it goes. So, okay, I'm looking at the accident of Joe, and it seems like
Jonas just lost. Yeah, he just lost it.
Oh, he slid into him. I think he deserves a race ban or a 10-second penalty for this race.
Only to get that podium for you, yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's fine. Just a bit of banter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna decide or get into that decision. Just he did a good bait there, to be honest. Yeah. Let's just say that.
Just to get back to the races that are coming up, because I don't think that a lot of people that are still in the stream right now know that we are going to be changing the last races of the season to first race in Abu Dhabi and then have the final race in Brazil. What do you think about that decision?
I love Brazil. Brazil is one of my favorite tracks ever, alongside with Spa, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and then yeah, of course, Ayrton Senna is my hero, so so I'm gonna be replicating hopefully him, or get a special helmet design for that race. It's gonna be a good one.
For the last race, for the for some people on their teams, because in the next few days or next 1 or 2 weeks, we're going to announce the driver pairings for season 3 of the OSRL F1. Next few days, we're going to announce it, so the people can have their last race in Brazil, just going out on the track and then maybe have some good results for the team. Of course, we could even maybe get some people. We could even get a title fight again, because we've now got Kuhn with 29 points behind Kazai with 3 races to go.
Yeah.
And maybe in Brazil, because we know Brazil got a lot of histories with close battles in the last race, and I think that will be very interesting to see if Kuhn can really
add up the points right now. Oh, sorry. I'd say add up the points now and then see the difference between the drivers, because Kasai finished behind me, yeah, in P5.
Yeah, Kasai got 11 points because he got the fastest lap, and Kuhn got 25.
Ooh, 14. No, it's still a big difference, but 4 races to go.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's close. Then I've got 122.5, which I think I've beaten my total with 4 races to go from last season.
Yeah.
What was the website called again of OSRL? So I can look, because the standings are still on there.
You could even go into the Discord and just type exclamation mark standings, and then you'll get it.
I'll do that. Yeah, pretty decent race there for me in Mexico. I'll take it. But yeah, I was way far behind then on the to the top 5 guys. They were really fast.
Yeah. But of course, one thing, just switching back to not the league anymore, just to say it again for everyone that hasn't seen it on Twitter or something, just to announce it, because I think a lot of guys that are still in the stream have seen it. I think, of course, Prain and Simon also know it, but we're going to be participating with the OSRL esports team in the esports mini league starting in May, season 9, I think, and I'm pretty excited for that, to be honest.
Same.
Well, I haven't got the livery on this account, so I'll just make it for the next one to show it. But if you want to see what it looks like, just follow OSRL team on Twitter to see every update about the drivers that are racing for the team. Make sure to also follow our league on Twitter to get every update about the league. And of course, we're going to be back this evening with the Bahrain Grand Prix in Tier 2. I'll be joined by Simon in the commentary box as always.
Yes.
And It's definitely a close battle for in that tier at the moment. We've got Sandro leading the way with 61 points. We've got Clinical Coke behind it with 55 points. Then we've got Vouch with Vouch. I think Wout. Yeah, I think if Luis would be in the chat, he would be very
roasting you.
yeah, he would be roasting me again. And we've got Alex with 40 points in P5, Pauki in P6 with 39, and then Savar in P7. Takwok Will in P9 with 27 points. Kyle in P9 with 16 points. Barty in P10 with 15 points. King Domi in P11 with 13 points. Kaza Steph with 11 points in P12. Milza with 6 points in P13, but he's not racing anymore. And Wisping with 4 points in P14. Kuneza Bunyu in P15 with 1 point. Everyone behind that not having a single points finish yet, but I think that will be very close because, of course, everyone in Tier 2 is fighting for that Tier 1 seat next season.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be very close. But I've got to bet on Sandro to get promotion.
Yeah, I think definitely Sandro looks like the guy to beat at the moment. He has won the last 2 races. I think, yeah, he has won the last 2 races and he was always the dominant guy. And yeah, I'm very excited for that race in Bahrain. Of course, you've got a lot of overtaking opportunities there. You've got the middle sector that is very, very hard to get right. Because of course you've got turn 10, one of the most challenging corners on the calendar, I think. Just going downhill into the left-hander.
Yeah, downhill, braking, and then turn at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be very tricky for the drivers. So
yeah, and
yeah.
You know, we've got the Tier 2 drivers, and of course they're not just like, not even trying to say something like that, but of course they're not as skilled as the top 3 guys or something in Tier 1. So we might see some more mistakes being made there, I think. But I think these guys are just trying to race as if there's no tomorrow, and they're just trying to have a good time. Like, the Tier 2 races are always very exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, we'll be back for that in 3 hours and 30 minutes. So make sure to join us for that race. We'll be live on this channel again, like always. And yeah, let's see you back then. And Tier 1 is back on Monday with Austin, Texas. US Grand Prix, round 19,
Yes.
the OSRL 1 Tier 1. Until then, have a great day and bye.
Bye, guys.